Today I decided to do a bronzy pink cut crease with some glitter on the lid. I use the Sassy Siennas and this Colourpop glitter palette. This is all I used. You don't need, in order to use this palette, which is glitters, you don't need any glitter glue, which is super nice. But we went in with that shade right there. But I love all the shades in here. So if you guys are looking for a very good glitter palette, I suggest this Colourpop one. I'll find the name of it. I'll find the name of it. But yeah, so if you guys enjoy this look, definitely keep watching. Alright guys, so we are starting off with our lids already primed and ready. We will set them with the Too Faced Translucent Powder. We will be using the Sassy Siennas palette. The first shade we're going in with is Oh So Sassy. And of course, I'm sure to one's surprise, we are using our Morphe M504 brush, and we're going to place this pretty far up into our brow bone. Now taking the second shade called Bossy, we will place that directly into our crease. And I just like using the same brush. I mean, we're already using so many brushes. So for these two first steps, I like to use the same M504 brush. And we will take Foxy and place that just directly in our outer corner. Going in with a detailed brush and the darkest shade in the palette, which is Stay Sassy, we are going to place this right on the outer corner of our eyes, doing circular motions, but we want to make sure and focus this directly on our outer V and not bringing that too far up. And now we'll be cutting the crease. I like to go in with a very light concealer, so I go in with the Too Faced Cloud Concealer. I will go in with the bigger brush first, which is the Real Techniques number 5 brush. And to perfect the concealer we put down to make sure that line is very clean and precise, I use the Real Techniques 207 brush, and I follow the natural crease of my eye when I do this. As you can tell, doing a cut crease definitely takes time. I sped up the video, but just now, it just takes time and patience. And if you can do a cut crease, you know, under a minute or two, how does it feel to be God's favorite? Because I can do that. Going in with the Colourpop Glitter Shadow in the shade Cuteness, we will pack that on with the number 5 brush, and we will place that everywhere where we have that concealer. After we've placed the glitter, you will have some harsh lines, so we will go in and blend that out with the shade Foxy and place that right over the glitter and the darkest shade in our corner. And I go back in with the darkest shade in the palette to intensify our outer corner. And once I've packed on those darker colors in our outer corner, I want to make sure I don't have any harsh lines. So I take a clean white fluffy brush and buff that all out. We will be priming our face with the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer and going in with my favorite foundation, the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation in shade 125. And to brighten our face, we are using the Too Faced Multi-Use Concealer. I use both the Shortbread and Cloud shade. As I am blending out my concealer, I realized that I meant to use Shortbread and Almond versus the shade Cloud, which is too light for my skin. So I will go in with a darker contour or bronzing shade, and I normally go in with 320 Honey, but I'll go in with 336 Warm Bronze. And for an even more flawless blend, I like to take my beauty sponge and go over all those areas where we placed the darker foundation shade. And once we've blended out our darker foundation shade, we will take the Too Faced Translucent Powder. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of the packaging. I feel like it makes it hard to get the product out. And then if you don't use all the product, having to put it all back in. But of course, I'll just highlight all the areas where I have the concealer already and under our jawline. I am going for a very subtle nose contour, so I will take a blending brush and right at the inner corner of my eye, I will bring that down to the tip of my nose. And I want to bring some color into our lower lash line, so I go in with the first color in the palette, the lightest one, and I bring that down with a smudger brush. I do bring that pretty low because we will be going in with a different shade to intensify it, but if I go in between with a blending brush, make sure we have that all buffed out. I am clumsy, okay? I drop everything. But of course here you'll see we are placing that darker shade just on our outer corner, not bringing that too far in. We will lightly dust off that translucent powder, and I will go in with the infamous Hoola bronzer to bring some color to our face, and just placing that everywhere where we have that darker foundation shade. And we will take the Flower Peach Primrose shade and we will place that on the apples of our cheeks. And I like to blend that out into our bronzer area where we contoured. Once I have that blush down, I like to go in and blend with my Real Techniques blender brush. We will use the Amrezy palette to highlight. I place this right on the apples of my cheeks. I also put this just on the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, chin area, and then I also like to brighten up our inner corner and our brow bone. And I will be lining my lips with the NYX lip pencil in the shade Natural. Now taking my Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink Liquid Lipstick in the shade Amazonian, we'll place this all over our lips. And if you have not yet tried this product, I highly suggest it. It is drugstore, so it's super affordable, and I think these perform better than some of those high-end liquid lipsticks. I will just place my Ardell Wispies and blend that out with the Voluminous Mascara in Carbon Black, and we are all done. This finalizes our look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, share with friends or family, and subscribe for future videos. And we'll see you next time. Bye, loves.